إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله خير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Tonight, inshallah, we will continue with Hisab, and the reckoning and the day of judgment, and we're still with this blessed series about the Dar al-Akhirah or the Hereafter. And we spoke last time about receiving the books, and those who receive their books with their right hands, and those who receive their books with their left hand. And tonight, inshallah, we will talk about the first people to be questioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The very first group of people that will be questioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they are the first people to be reckoned and to be held accountable for their actions. And just to remind you of the situation when the sun is so close and brains are about to boil and it's so crowded that people might die out of crowdedness and so much no space, and a lot of people from Adam alayhi salam until the last person who will witness the day of judgment taking place. And all those people are on their knees waiting for the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for the punishment of Allah. They don't know what's going to happen to them, and they are on their knees, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَتَرَى كُلَّ أُمَّةٍ جَاثِيَةٍ وَتَرَى كُلَّ أُمَّةٍ جَاثِيَةٍ. And you will see every nation on their knees, waiting for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to judge them. But we also need to remember that the first ummah, the very first ummah that will be questioned is the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. As the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the hadith sahih, أنتم الآخرون وأنتم أول أمة ستحاسب يوم القيامة. You are the last ummah, and you are the first ummah that will be questioned on the day of judgment. And this is from the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we are the last ummah to receive the message. We are the last ummah to have a messenger. And our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the last messenger, and the seal of all messengers and prophets, and no Rasul and no Prophet after him. And we are yet to be the first ummah to be asked on the day of judgment, and the first ummah to receive its account on the day of judgment, which means they will be standing less in that land and in that situation and in that suffering out of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فيقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم نحن آخر الأمم وأول الأمم نحاسب يوم القيامة فيقال أين الأمة الأمية ونبيها فأنتم الآخرون والأولون. He said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we are the last ummah and we are the first ummah, the last in this dunya, the last to receive the message and the first to receive the reckoning and hisab that will be called upon you on the day of judgment, and you will be called, where is the illiterate ummah? Where is the illiterate ummah? and it's a prophet. And our Prophet ﷺ didn't know how to write or how to read. And then he said ﷺ, you are the last and you are the first. And also the Prophet ﷺ said, أنتم in Hadith Hasan, أنتم موفون 70 أمة. You are finishing the 70 ummah. 70 ummah. 70 nations. In this earth, he said, ﷺ, you are the one completing the number 70. That means you are the last one. Then he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَأَنْتُمْ خَيْرُهَا وَأَكْرَمُهَا عَلَى اللَّهِ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. And you are the best, and you are the most favored in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All these are credits from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this ummah. And why not? Why we cannot be the best ummah? And why we can be the favorite ummah? When we have in this ummah people like Abu Bakr and Umar and Uthman and Ali and the Sahaba of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, people like Abu Hanifa and Malik and Ahmed and Shafi'i, why not? Like Muslim and Bukhari. Those are the people that because of them we deserve to be the best ummah. Not of today, not most of us today, that the one of us is afraid of his name and is afraid of his look and is afraid of his clothes and is afraid of his food, and he tried to hide, and the last thing he want to say that he's Muslim, and when something happens he's the first one to stand up and trying to defend Islam, thinking that he represents Islam. And we all heard about the person in the psychologist or the psychiatrist who shot 12 people in Texas, and then because of his name, an Arabic name, you find organizations who claim to be representing Arabs and representing Muslims making statements before anything, coming up with statements that we apologize and we are condemning such act and Islam is free from all this. The man born here and raised here, and Allahu A'lam, and he's been serving in the military his whole life, and then you have to come and apologize for what? Because his name? We don't hear when someone with the name Paul or John, every Christian group will come up when he does something wrong. The Christian groups come and rise and they start apologizing. Why you apologize and why you put yourself in that condition and in that position? It's very important, because there is no honor, because there is fear, because that's what they live with. And their main goal is to please others and forgetting about pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever his name is, what is my problem? Did he yet to say this is because I'm Muslim? Did he yet to say I did this and I killed those people, declaring jihad on the base? He's part of it. And he's been spending time in there and servicing. But the bottom line is we're scared. And we don't want to backlash. And we don't want to deal with any consequence. So before even anything, we open doors on ourselves. Okay, his name, he did it and it's over. But you start making statements and you start issuing all these things and you start condemning and apologizing, you make the bubble so big and you make it so huge of an issue. It's not our issue. That is the issue of the military themselves. He's one of them and they deal with him. If he was a bad guy, if he had the connection, as some of them came out to say he has connection with terrorist groups, he's been servicing in your army for years and years. Whose fault is it that you could not detect such connection? That is your problem. Why we go out and we make it our problem? It's not our problem. It's not the problem of the Muslim community. He happened to be one of us. He happened to be his name. We don't even know if he's Muslim or not. He happened to have a Muslim name or an Arabic name. That's it. Why are we going to make it? And we have, when it's not connected to us, we have to go out and connect it to us. We are so wise and we are so smart. There is no point of doing any of that. He did it, that's between him and his group. When they come to attack us, when they come and say Muslims like that, then we stand up. And then we say our mind. And then we defend ourselves. And we don't need to defend ourselves. Then we say what's on our mind. But why we have to do it before anything happens? A psychiatrist, very educated guy, a doctor,